Welcome back to Sherlock Holmes, Devil's Daughter. We're doing a study in green, and this is going to be part 2. We're going to head back for the award ceremony, which we won. Waiting for the game to load. Alright, we get comfy and here we go. Alright, so we've already, let me make sure. We've already examined that. And now it is ceremony day, so let's go back to the club. The first part of the game was kind of meaningless. It was fun, but pointless in the overall scheme of things. But now we're going to get down to some action.
The statue did it. It killed Zacharias.
Calm yourself now, Sir Charles. You've had a shock. Let the police do their duty.
What can a mere inspector like you do about it? You don't know anything.
A mere inspector? Phew. And now here comes Mr. Holmes.
Lestrade, are you here to receive a prize as well?
Very amusing, Holmes. You can go home. The ceremony's been cancelled. We've got a murder scene here.
Really? And to think I only came here for my prize.
I know, Holmes. I saw your name on the list of finalists. So go away.
You're not going to congratulate me?
What? Do you really think I'm that naive? You turning up out of the blue and then bam, a murder? There's a surprise.
Oh, you're making a spectacle of yourself, Lestrade. Let's just pretend that I'm a simple consultant, your humble assistant.
Oh, all right then. A club member, Mr. Zacharias Greystoke, was killed at around 4 in the morning. There. Now, don't mess around.
I promise that I won't, Inspector.
Okay, let's go mess around.
What do you make of the facts?
It's quite clear. The murderer intended to steal the Mayan calendar. He was caught by Zacharias Greystoke. He then took up the first weapon that came to hand, the statue's spear, and killed Greystoke. Then he fled, just as Sir Charles was coming out of the club. Unfortunately, we've been unable to find any trail beyond the club's wall. It's as if the murderer vanished into thin air. Well, take a look for yourself.
Okay. First, let's check out the pedestal.
The iron mounting rod is broken. The surface is damaged.
There's 3 items on here
Traces
to
of
examine.
metal on stone.
And something on the ground. Click on that.
Traces of metal on stone.
Oops.
Pieces
Sorry.
from the pedestal.
Interrupted that.
A piece of the statue's mounting rod.
Okay, so there were 3 items there. Now we're going to go examine... No, we're not. We're going to talk to him for a second.
And what about the statue?
I've no idea yet. I imagine the thief must have taken it somehow.
Right, so they were thieves, and they were very well equipped.
Yes, must have been. Then there's also Sir Charles's version, but
Please, go on.
he said this morning that he was alone at his desk when he heard a shout. He went outside and saw Greystoke lying on the ground and, believe it or not, he said that there was no one else on the green that night but the statue itself running away.
You mean that the statue might have killed the victim? Interesting.
Absurd, more like. Besides, it was dark and foggy.
So, somewhat like your version, then.
Okay, so from that we got that Sir Charles came out. The body was already on the ground, and he saw the statue running away, and that's going to come in useful later. Let's make a quick trip around the perimeter and see what else we can find. There's the T.
Scratches on the stone.
So the statue was dragged, or it went this way. And now this tree.
A broken branch. Somebody jumped into the tree and then over the wall.
And over the wall. We cannot go into the clubhouse yet. We're going to need a warrant. Let's come around here. We'll go talk to Sir Charles himself first, before examining the body.
Sir Charles, are you able to tell me in detail what happened?
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Well, to prepare for the awards ceremony, I decided to spend the night here at the club. I was sitting alone at my desk when I suddenly heard a loud, metallic sound and a terrible shout. I hurried outside and well, I found the body of Zacharias. And I swear it, I saw the statue of Tekun Uman running away.
Okay, so he just confirmed that he saw the body, then the statue running away.
You saw the statue running?
It was dark, but yes, I'm sure of it. It was running, and it was making the most horrible metal sound as it did so. And can't you see, the pedestal is now empty.
Did you know the victim?
Did you know the victim?
Yes, of course. It was Zacharias Greystoke. He was a club member, and an excellent bowler.
But why was he here so early in the morning?
Oh, I don't know.
Sir Charles, where did the Mayan calendar come from?
It was donated anonymously. We received it shortly before the tournament, with a letter asking that it be awarded to the winner.
That's suspicious.
Is the calendar valuable?
Not really. It has historical value, of course. But to be truthful with you, Mr. Holmes, it isn't worth very much.
May I go in the clubhouse?
It's members only. I cannot authorize anyone unless that person has a written warrant from the police.
Okay, so maybe we can get a warrant from Lestrade later on, but first let's check Sir Charles here for any evidence. He's socially active, and he's politically active. Military, and he's married. Validate. We're good. All right. And now let's go check out the body.
This spear came from the statue on the pedestal.
His wallet. There's money
was
inside.
left inside the wallet.
So it wasn't the motivation. Gotta flip it around to the other side. Okay.
The case is scratched and dented.
Click
The
again.
case is scratched and dented.
Wait, to the other side? Now we can open it.
Tissot watch, Swiss, 1855. This watch is valuable and old. It's been through a great deal.
Okay. Some paperwork.
Zacharias' folder with some documents. These drawings represent the Mayan symbols.
Okay, and then one last...
Dry
item.
leaves. They make a noise. Zacharias probably walked across them. All valuables were left on the victim. The strike was powerful and well aimed.
Okay, so the leaves on the ground is also a clue that we're going to need later. Let's go back and speak to Lestrade.
Did you search the clubhouse?
What for? The murder took place outside.
Lestrade's an idiot. Okay, so now we've got something new. In the corner you see an F. I'm going to position myself a little bit differently first. We're going to recreate the murder itself. There's 5 steps in it, and if you've been paying attention, you should be able to get them all. I should be able to get them all. Ready? So, first, the murderer placed leaves on the ground so they would know when someone walked across, and I'm assuming they wanted Zacharias, so We do Zacharias stepped on the leaves. And then the statue throws the spear. And now Zacharias falls. This is where Sir Charles comes out because he sees him on the ground, falling, and then he sees the statue running away. Now let's press Q to make sure that's right. That's a pretty mobile metal statue. Interesting.
It looks as if Zacharias was killed the moment he approached the calendar, and killed by the spear from Tukunuman's statue that jumped from its stand and escaped over the wall.
Okay, let's look at this.
If I
calendar
believe
quick.
Lestrade, this Mayan calendar was the reason behind the murder.
Okay, so we're complete now. Let's go back and talk to Lestrade.
Well, Holmes, your conclusions as my consultant?
My conclusions are
like
approximate to Sir Charles's testimony.
Oh dear, you think the statue did it?
Everything points to the fact that the spear was thrown from the pedestal, and Mr. Greystoke appeared not to notice the killer.
Indeed. The journalists will be ecstatic about your version.
I would like to examine the victim and take a look at his belongings.
Oh, you've amused me at least, Mr. Holmes. Very well. I'll grant you authorization for the examination at Scotland Yard, but nothing more.
Okay. Click here. Whoops, let me click here real quick. Got the leaves. Okay. And now let's head over to Scotland Yard. Here we're going to examine Zacharias' body, and then we're going to check out the evidence. Then we're going to try to get the search warrant from Lestrade so we can get into the clubhouse. But first we're going to wait patiently for the screen to load. Here we go.
Thank you for coming so quickly, Watson. Lestrade already has the victim's body in the autopsy room.
Alright, so
I'm always ready to
Please,
help
sir,
anytime,
release
Holmes.
my son.
let's head downstairs. That's the evidence room. I'm going to come back to that later. I'm going to start at the morgue. Alright, quick examination of the body. His face is jacked up.
Red eye. It looks like a serious infection.
It was a powerful throw. The spear pierced right through the body.
The coroner mentions in his report some specific cardiac and digestive system damage.
And his tummy.
Traces of alcohol were found in the stomach. Apparently Zacharias had been drinking before his death.
Early in the morning. Nice. Okay, flip him over. Check out the hole on his back.
This is where the spear entered the body. The murderer aimed for the heart. The weapon must have been thrown by a strong and skilled person.
And these look like
These scars are wrong.
scars from like a whip or something. I don't know what happened to him. Okay, we're done in here. Let's. Can I get through here? Let's go back to the evidence room now. Alright, we've got a major puzzle in here to solve. Back up. Let me check get the right angle. There.
The Mayan calendar. Here's a chance to have a closer look.
So check it out. Okay.
Interesting. What are the symbols here? I'll need to redraw them.
I'm gonna have to decipher that. Okay. Now the
This spear came from the statue on the pedestal.
The watch.
Tissot watch. Swiss. 1855. An ordinary pencil.
Pencil, his wallet.
Money was left inside the wallet.
And now the paperwork with the symbols.
Oh, Zacharias had already translated some symbols. I could use this dictionary to translate the calendar's glyphs. They are the symbols that were drawn on the Mayan calendar. The papers from Zacharias' folder. They can help us to translate the Mayan message.
Okay, I would suggest just playing around with this for a little bit, but I'm going to solve this puzzle right now. So we're going to click on number 1, and then we're going to search for the symbol on the papers. Oh, I saw it. Back. There it is. And it's cursed. Then here. Cursed to be. Verse 3. Yell at me when you see it. Oh! Thanks. There it is. To be anyone. Looking, there he is. To disturb. I'm sorry, this takes a little while. 5. Sacred. Looks like a hand. Missed it. Where'd it go? There it is. Death. Not on that page. Reason? Statue. Chosen, and the little fish guy. To have mercy. Okay, let's give this a try.
Cursed will be anyone who disturbs the sacred temple. They will meet their death by the risen statue. Only the chosen will have mercy. It's not only a calendar, it's a curse. Zacharias Greystoke, a member of the club, was killed as the curse decreed.
It's possible that the link between Zacharias and the curse is at the archaeological club. I'll need a search warrant.
Okay, press B. So this is, you can just play around with this, and if it doesn't work out, you can always go back and change it. So, either Sir Charles saw the statue of Tekun Uman running away, or Sir Charles didn't see the running statue. He was either lying or the running figure was somebody else. So let's go with he assumed he saw the statue, but it wasn't actually the statue. We'll select that. And that's that for now. I think we've connected everything else. Yeah. And now, let's head over to Lestrade's office. Oh, he's playing with a gun. Oops.
Aren't you supposed to be investigating those cases of yours instead of bothering me?
Good day to you too, Inspector. I have a small favor to ask of you, a search warrant to investigate the murder at the club.
No, no, and no.
Alright, we're gonna have to earn this one. Here we go. Lestrade has been up all night. That's not blood, that is wine. He has a hangover. I don't know why that means he's in a good mood, but okay. A woman's handwriting, it's a letter from the Robin family. And last but not least, this is Hanky. Let's validate. Nice. Check our little exclamation points. We have that. Get out. That. And
Since I'm without the warrant, I should find something else to do. By the way, do you know if Sir Robin is currently in town?
I have no idea. And why on earth should you even think that I might know that?
Well, I believe I may have solved a case about, let's say, a salacious inspector.
No, it's not what you think. Nothing dishonorable happened. Go on then. Take your warrant.
So he refused to give you the search warrant?
Oh no, I've got it. I won't need you for a while now, Watson. I'll see you later.
okay. So this is where we're going to end part 2. Part 3 we'll take up at the club, and we'll check that out. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.